Hi, this is Gautam, and for today's episode, we'll be looking at a crime novel written by Peter James, Not Dead Enough. Now, this novel is the third book in the Detective Superintendent Roy Gray series written by Peter James. This series is set in Sussex in southeastern England, and Peter James vividly describes the events which happen in the city of Brighton. The events unfold in the city of Brighton, and you have women getting murdered in different parts of the city. If you look at the investigation which is carried out, the investigation pretty much moves along the straight path. There is not much of deviation from one particular suspect. The suspect in this case is a character by the name of Brian Bishop, who's a very successful businessman. And based on circumstantial evidence, it does seem that he has very good motive for murdering the women involved in the case. And this is the most important question dealt in the book. If all your circumstantial evidence points towards one direction and you have one suspect, would it be true if it's too obvious? If it's too obvious, how far should you give the benefit of doubt to the suspect involved? Should you simply take it for granted that he's a criminal? That is the single line which makes this thriller so wonderful. In my opinion, the success of the book lies in the groundedness of the characters involved. The characters which you see in the book is not more like a superhuman or extremely calculated characters. All the major characters are kind of flawed. For example, you take Detective Superintendent. He's mentally plagued by his missing wife. His close associate is in kind of a situation of a broken marriage. One of the team members is always racist, and one team member who is part of investigation always feels sleepy because he's a new parent. The author spends enough time in narrating the personal lives of characters, and that helps you as a reader to associate with them, and the story becomes much more personal. And these imperfections which you find in each and every character kind of directs the case in one particular way. And the last part of the book is the icing on the cake, how the case gets resolved, and how they find the suspect finally. To conclude the review, if you're planning to start this book, which is quite adrenaline thrill in the last part, I would recommend starting with this book, Dead Simple. Now, Dead Simple is the first book in the Roy Gray series, and this is the third one. And the second part, second book is Looking Good Dead. Now, the point is you can start with any book which you would like. There is really no chronology between first book and third book. Each one of them deals with a separate case. But the point is you start from book one, then you kind of get consistency in the development of characters, and you will also get to know them personally, which enables you to invest time in the characters and the story involved. So that's it for the review. See you for the next one.